you guys. All right, so today is all about Zoom virtual backgrounds. And I gotta tell you, I absolutely, like, one of the things that I absolutely loved about Zoom right out of the gate was that it had virtual backgrounds because it allowed me to kind of get out of like this really dark, hazy world that I was being seen from. And I had to get really good at lighting and making sure that a green screen would work. So in the beginning, you could only have a Zoom virtual background with a green screen. Today, you don't need a green screen. So Elizabeth here is going to be joining me to kind of be sharing what does it look like with a green screen, without a green screen, what are the differences, how can you get it set up, and where can you find some great images and videos that you can add behind you as well. So I'm so glad. I want to welcome you guys that are in here. We've got Patricia Corcoran, woo woo, and Kathy and Kareen. So glad that you guys are here. And who else do we have inside of here? We've got Kathy Cousino, Patricia Corcoran,
Julie Hinchin on Facebook.
nice, and Maria Jeffers. So I'm
Hmm.
so glad that you guys are here and joining us because this is a really fun topic. And I'm right now. I am like doing crazy things right now with my computer, and I'm gonna get out of doing these crazy things because I'm gonna. What did I do? Here we go. Whoa, back here. I just wanted to kind of like close out my like chat thingy that I had open. There we go. Now it looks like a regular screen there. Whoop whoop. All
Perfect.
right, you guys. So, um, when I started using green screens, like I mentioned, there was absolutely no way to do it unless you had an actual green screen. So I'm going to show you guys what is that. What do I mean when I say green screen? I literally mean a green screen behind me. So it looks just like this, okay? Now, I'm going to share with you guys the tricks if you want to go about it this way with an actual green screen, because this is the most professional way to be able to have your green screen set up. So what you end up having is a green screen, but it is completely pull taut, okay? Because if it's wrinkly, like I've seen lots of people who they'll be like, I don't know why my green screen's not working and it's glitchy in spots. And they're like, why is it glitchy in all these different spots? And I'm like, well, is it tight? Is it all one color? Because lighting is the other thing. If I have lighting coming at it, then you're going to have that ability to make it work a lot better than if it's like nice and well lit than if it's like all wrinkly and not well lit. It's not going to work for you. If some people will put it in front of a window and then that causes a glare from the sun in spots, and then it's not all one color and they have issues with that. So I just have mine up on a wall. You can use chroma paint, which is like green screen paint if you want to, or if you just want to put up a cloth like I did, you can do that. I did purchase some professional lights on Amazon. And you can look these up. They're just like photographer kits, but they just look like this. And I have those on each side of me as I have my green screen then behind me. And then what I do is I can actually choose to have the image then right behind me. And I'm going to talk about different types of images that you can have behind you, which is going to make it a lot of fun. But first, we're going to take a look at Elizabeth is going to show you what does it look like if you don't have a green screen. All right, so Elizabeth, what does it look like if you don't have a green screen?
It looks pretty crazy. And also, some computers now, well, I don't, you might be getting into that later, so I don't want to steal your thunder on that. Um, but let me show you first what happens when, so you can see I just have my normal room behind me. I don't have a green screen or anything, so I'm gonna try to go into a virtual background and look what happens. Is
Yeah.
it, yeah, it's glitchy. I'm disappearing in and out. I'm
Mm-hmm.
all over the place. So looks
Yeah,
pretty.
and sometimes it's okay. Like sometimes I notice that like on some green screens, like the people actually don't look so bad. They look okay.
Yeah, and so that's what I was kind of hinting at with some computer processors. Here, I'll change it back so it's not as distracting. With some computer processors, if you have an it's either i5 or i7 or above, um, you can have a completely awesome faux green screen without having a green screen, and it's totally fine, and it looks just like yours, Joanne, and it's totally awesome. But I don't have a brand new processor on my computer, and so
I find that even with those higher processors, because this is an i7 on mine,
oh,
I don't have that capability to do that. But what happens is if I
gotcha.
move my hand like this, people will morph into their background. So
Right,
so
right.
why would that be a problem? I'm going to share with you just an example, you guys. So I have a student, and he they just had he has a new baby cousin. And so he has a picture of him next to his baby cousin that he has behind him as his green screen. And he just loves that green screen. And he turns it on every single time we get together. But let's say he wants to show me the page he's on inside of his Harry Potter book. Well, it automatically, I can't see the page of his book because his green screen begins to morph into that book. Whereas right now, I can show you guys, like, I can lift anything up because I have a regular green screen, and you're going to be able to see what that looks like. You see how this isn't morphing into my background. It doesn't matter where I bring it, you can still see it. So that's the difference between the using the virtual green screen with no actual green screen, and using one with the green screen. So I'm going to show people. So how do I actually get the green screen to work? That's like one of the very top questions people ask. So all you do, you'll notice here on the right, I've got this little stop video button. I know you can't see it, Elizabeth. Those viewing us, though, can see it. What I'm going to do, there's this caret. I'm going to click on that caret, and I go to choose virtual background. Now, if that isn't popping up for you, you can go all the way back into zoom.us, open up your account, just sign in with your login credentials, and you can turn it on. But most people have it there, and they don't have to do that. And then what you do is you are going to take a look here. It says virtual backgrounds, and you can automatically choose the virtual backgrounds that you want to be able to have. So you have then a bunch of virtual backgrounds that come standard. So this is one of the standard ones that comes for everybody. Here's another standard one that comes for everybody. There's a couple of others. I've actually gotten rid of the ones that I don't ever plan on using with the green screens. So there's lots of different ways that you can kind of use this with your students to be able to have fun with it, right? So one of them is behavior management. I think that that's a great way to be able to use it. Say I let my students know, like, here's what a 10-day looks like. So this is like my behavior management tool that I use. And if they want to be able to keep the 10-day, then these are the three things they need to do. They need to focus, they need to stay in their seat, and they need to do their work. Those are my expectations.
I've heard you talk about your 10-day before. I didn't know you had a virtual background for it. That's awesome.
Just created it.
That's so cool.
And you guys are going to learn. I've actually been creating lots of virtual backgrounds, and you're going to be able to learn how you can get access to those virtual backgrounds as well. Now, I know that my dear friend Kathy Cousino, she's got a clip-up chart, and I used to, when I was in the classroom, I had a stoplight system. So I've created a stoplight system virtual backgrounds for people, and you clip up. So you want to be on green. Green is good. Yellow, not so good. Red, I'm going to have to message mom or dad. So watch how I've done this. I put 3 images right in a row next to each other. Let's say the student is not doing well. I say, oh no, now I have to move it. And look at that.
No way.
And then here we know, okay, we know what's going to
Uh-oh.
happen because of that, right?
Yeah, that's it's not good.
But a simple way to, and I think the cool thing is, like, once they don't need one of these, if you have students, not all students need this. It's very few students that actually need this kind of behavior management stuff in place. But then you can kind of make it more fun and give them choice on what your background is instead. And so I've created, like, this is a cute girl one, princess crowns. These are for, like, obviously for younger students. I had one student who absolutely loved the castles and princesses. So I've created a castle one. I have a dinosaur background. Here's another one that is all glammed out for tweens, right? And being able to use that. And then here is my fun I am the angel in the sky.
Yes. Yeah, you were using that the other day.
Yes. And for some people, it can actually be distracting. And so I actually had to turn it off. And so that's something that you have to take into consideration. If it's too distracting for the people that you're using it with, then you obviously aren't going to want to use it with that particular person. You know, the green screen is fun, but if it takes away from the learning, that now it's reached a whole different level, right? But a lot of kids they love the under the sea with the fish and all of that. We've even got some, some other types here. We've got, our little hunting scene back here. Um, so all different kinds of ones. Another way that you can use a Zoom virtual background is to celebrate birthdays.
Yes, so much fun.
Right? And so I'm gonna pop up with a video one that I have here. I'm gonna move my head down just slightly so that you guys can see it, but it pops up with the words happy birthday and then confetti comes flying down. Where is it? It's gonna hide on me. There it is. I see it.
Yeah.
um, I found this one on Women's Day.
Mm-hmm.
That just says happy birthday over and over again.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, and what kid wouldn't feel special that you had a happy birthday background on their birthday or near their birthday if you had a lesson near their birthday? I know any little gesture that you can do to make their birthday special, these students just go, they just love it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
so awesome.
It is. It is. It is. It's a lot of fun. And then I have just some more, like some plain ones that aren't too distracting. You could have this one up for the entire session for it. And I use a tool called Canva to be able to create the backgrounds, but you do have to make sure that you have the right settings in order for it to come on up and look normal in the background and not pixelated. So if your image is too small or your image is too large, it is going to end up looking very pixelated, and that's not what you want to be going for those of you who want to be able to kind of save time looking for just the right images that you want to be able to utilize with your students, I have created a it's going to be an ever growing list of backgrounds that you can download, and they're specifically for tutors. So I'm going to put the link on in there since I already kind of copied it there so that you guys have access to that. And I know some of you guys are lifetime members, and Elizabeth is going to, right after this call, she is going to make sure that she goes on in and she adds that the lifetime to the coupon so that you guys can utilize that as well. So really, really cool things. So how else can we use this? We can use it to celebrate holidays, right? So it could be like different holiday types of backgrounds. I'm going to show you one that I really, really love. It is, I'm going to see if I downloaded it yet. Uploaded it, I should say, inside of Zoom. No, I didn't. So I'm going to show you how to upload. If you ever want to upload, all you're going to do is you're going to click on add image or add video. So I'm going to click add video right now. I'm going to show you a Christmas scene that I have that kind of comes behind me like that. And so now I have like this beautiful fire with the Christmas tree, definitely in the holiday spirit there. Some backgrounds make for better backgrounds than other backgrounds. Okay, you'll see when you go, if you start looking for like free virtual Zoom backgrounds, you'll see images where the image is at a weird angle, and when you put it behind you, it looks really weird. Another thing you'll notice is if you don't download the document correctly, it'll look pixelated behind you, and that'll look weird. Sometimes you'll notice there's a bed in the background. I don't know about you guys, but a bed in the background for online tutoring, that's creepy and weird. What do you guys think? I definitely, like, they're beautiful bedrooms, but I wouldn't put that behind me when I'm on like a Zoom virtual call. That's just kind of weird. But living rooms make for really great Zoom backgrounds. Um, Pictures where you're kind of like by a window with the background behind you. I'll show you one of those. Um, I have some beautiful mountain ones that I think look pretty amazing. I've got this one.
Ooh, wow. That
Right?
just looks peaceful.
I know. Isn't it
Just
just
like,
fun?
ah.
And I'm also creating ones that are just for tutors. Here's a fun one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everybody should know that I am the best tutor, right? I
Oh,
mean,
of course.
hey, look, if I can't say something nice about myself, who can? Some things that you guys want to be able to stay away from. Bright. Look at this. I don't know about you guys, but when you're looking at me and I have this on, um, just looking at the screen right now just looks like, whoa. I don't know. Does anybody else see it? Does it bother your eyes, the white?
A little bit, yeah. The more I look at it, it's like, okay.
Yeah, it for me, like I always try to stay away from white-ish or light backgrounds. I find that darker backgrounds actually do a better job than anything else. So here's one that I created that has then a fun um, inspirational quote. But I find with water, I'll be honest with you, when I'm having a water background, I kind of like my water to be moving. So that's where I can use like the video backgrounds, right? So the video backgrounds, they actually have the water move. It kind of feels like I'm really there with that water moving behind me. I really think it's really peaceful and calming to have the um, if we put behind us like different waterfalls. So I've created different waterfall scenes. Those are really peaceful, especially if
Mhm.
you have, um, if you end up having students that are just all over the place or high anxiety, or these are just really peaceful and calming for them. And so I've created several waterfall ones that you'll be able to utilize, which are just they're really unique and they're really a lot of fun that you can use with your students. They're not overly distracting. And I think that's really the important thing. Like if you have things that are constantly blink, 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 like really, really distracting, um, for some students it may cause problems. So just pay attention to that if you're using anything like that, um, and make sure that it's not causing any problems. So what are any ideas or tips or things that you can add, Elizabeth?
Um, let's see. Well, there are a few questions in the chat, and then also I can talk about the other type of background if you want me to.
Yes. So there's another type of background, and this is one of the reasons why I had Elizabeth come on today because it doesn't work on my computer. I don't have the ability to do it. There's a button here, and it says, when I click on it, it says video filters. So I don't have the ability, my computer isn't capable of processing the video filters, but Elizabeth is. So you see how she's got the pearls that are going around her screen? That is one of the video filters. So let's show them some of the other video filters.
Yeah, these are fun too. I like some of them. So like this one is one of my favorites. The smiley faces, and then you can have like different hats.
Oh
So
yeah. There's so many hats, aren't there? All right,
yeah.
show us all the
Um,
hats. So there's like the little birthday hat. We've got the graduation cap. Nice.
where's Suzanne's hat?
Oh
There's
yep.
Suzanne's
There's Suzanne's
favorite hat.
hat. That's her favorite one.
Um, there's a beret.
I love
Uh,
it.
there's goggles, which I think would be way too distracting for tutoring, but that's okay. Um, whatever this is.
I think it's
Um,
an ogre, a one-eyed ogre, maybe.
yeah. Um, let's see. It's
So
kind.
it's like that. That's exactly what they have inside of anybody familiar with Snapchat. They have all
I,
those kinds of filters inside of Snapchat.
I was about to say it reminds me exactly of Snapchat. So it has a few of those like kind of face filters, but then it also has just these background filters. Like you can make pearls, or you can also like change different colors.
Oh, sure.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then you can also like make yourself into a TV.
Mike TV.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look, you're on the big screen.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow, you're
So
famous.
so
She is at the movie theaters. I love it. I
yeah, and
love it.
there are a bunch of them. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so oh, and we had somebody who said, "Hey, could um you could use your own photos." And I think like here are the different ways that we can use it, right? Like this is a conversation starter. I could put a photo in the background, like, or a video clip in the background of what I did this weekend and share that with my students. So we went zip lining. You guys, I'm gonna post some of them later, but zip lining's okay, but it was like an entire adventure course, ropes course that we went on. I got
oh,
so many, like, I have so many black and blues on my body from doing this.
oh no.
And I will be posting my embarrassing photos and videos for you guys to check on out because they are quite funny. Me like I'm trying to we had to jump down one of the things, so I jumped down, right, and I landed like right. I landed like bottom down on the platform instead of like going down. Oh my gosh,
No.
it was hilarious watching it backwards because my daughter was taking a video of it. So I'll be sharing that on my personal Facebook page. If you guys are friends with me, you'll be able to see that fun shenanigans there. But yes, you could put your own backgrounds there. The other day, we had Tara Grigsby. We were in a call with her, and she actually had a background from something that was unique in her area, right? So it was. What did she have a picture of? Do you remember what she had a picture of behind her?
Oh, she had. Oh, it was a beach. Beach in Oregon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Yep, it was
So.
a beach in Oregon, and it was just a beautiful picture. And so
Oh,
she,
it
you
was.
can open that up, right, and have a conversation with your
And
students.
I didn't even like. I mean, I guess I should have because it has a coast, but I didn't even think that there were beaches in Oregon. I guess it makes perfect sense now. But yeah, but
There you go. Yeah. Somebody said,
um,
"How do you keep it from being pixely?" You have to download it at the right um, take a look. Zoom will tell you like what the image needs to be. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but that will definitely help it look from looking kind of pixelated or fuzzy or any of that kind of stuff. And then somebody else had said, if you're in a bedroom, you could be in a corner of the room with a wall behind you, which is great. But what I was talking about before about the bedroom was they'll have, if you look up like Zoom virtual backgrounds on Google, you'll actually see pictures of bedrooms with a bed behind you, which I'm saying is that would be weird, right?
yeah,
Like,
that's
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Like, I don't know. Even though it's not even your background and it's a beautiful background, I just don't think that is really a good fit for a tutoring situation, right? It just,
Right.
I don't know. It feels kind of creepy to me. So that's my personal take on that. Now you could totally disagree with me, you guys. You guys might find nothing wrong with that. That's totally cool. That's just my opinion. Just because, I mean, personally, I just feel like anything that deals with the bedroom should not be associated with my students.
Kathy Cousino asked, can you put a website up behind you like Class Dojo?
If you took an image of it, but you can't put a website, no.
Got
No, 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 no. It doesn't have that ability yet, but maybe in the future if people are looking for something like that. But no, you're better off if you're going to use if you sharing your screen, if you're going to use something like that and just having it up. And when you need to go into that, going on over to that as needed. Um, I've never really gotten
it.
too much into Class Dojo, but that is another classroom management tool.
Which was another question actually from Maria. Can you use the share button when you have the background on? Background on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can use the share screen. I can do share screen. So let me show you. I'm going to show you right now. Zoom actually has a ton of really great backgrounds if you just go to their website. So let me show you guys that real quick. I'm going to go to Zoom um, backgrounds, and I believe the Zoom.us backgrounds are going to come on up as one of the top ones. up there. But you can see I still have my background on behind me. It hasn't changed anything, and I'm sharing the screen as we do that. But here's the first one, Zoom virtual backgrounds, and they've organized it. Right on over here, you can see they've got like different cars. They have, if you take a look, I think we lost Elizabeth there, Cartoon Network ones here that you can take a look at. And I'm going to put don't send. And then we have here, like, I think this is kind of cool. Like, you're inside of like a campground.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in the tent.
Oh, cool.
So I think that would be
That's I love that.
pretty cool to have behind you. And again, like these are like some darker colors, so they would work. The ones that don't work so well sometimes are sometimes these with a bright white snow, because the brightness of it I feel is kind of harsh on the eyes. Compared to like this one would be too bright. Plus, it's kind of weird to have people behind you that aren't going anywhere. Right? Like they're just like frozen in time. Like, so I kind of stay away personally from anything with people in the background, just because I feel like that's kind of, again, weird. This one, again, this is a kind that I would stay away from as well. Take a look here. This bright sun, again, really hard on the eyes for people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who would want to be in a store, but okay. So, you know what? One of the hardest things sometimes when you're taking a look at really good backgrounds is that it's hard to find good ones that are going to work for tutoring and kind of make you look more professional versus less professional. There's one that has like Bart Simpson's living room. There's like from different cartoons and that kind of stuff that are on there. So you could be in the SpongeBob world, or yeah, lots of and these are things that you can then download if that's of interest. So some of these go to Twitter when you click on them versus like a page where you can kind of download them from. And so you just got to take a look and see what's going to fit. One of my favorite places to go is actually paint stores. Have some incredible virtual backgrounds, you guys. So if we take a look here at the ones from the paint stores, they have some pretty cool ones. So you can check out different paint stores. Airbnb has their own backgrounds that you'd be able to download as well. So that was that feature, and I'm creating ones that do fit really well for the online tutoring atmosphere. If you guys are interested in getting access to that, you just click on the link that is inside. But hopefully this helps you as you start thinking about like what kinds of Zoom virtual backgrounds work, what are some different ways that I can utilize them, and all that great stuff. So this pack is only at $9.97. It's going to increase as more and more added. There's going to be eventually hundreds and hundreds of different backgrounds in there for people to be able to utilize. So,
well, that's so exciting. That's
yeah.
So cool.
Well, awesome, you guys. Thank you for joining us. Hey, on Thursday, we're going to be meeting up with a bunch of tutors that are getting students. And this is so exciting. These are people who just went through the last round of our Jumpstart program. And they're going to be sharing how they got students. And some of them have gotten an incredible amount of students. The goal as people go through the program is to get one student or a whole lot more. But you're going to find that lots of these tutors have gotten a whole lot more. So definitely come and join us. It's going to be a fabulous time. And I will see all of you guys soon. Bye, Elizabeth. Bye, everyone.
Bye.